No more overdress.
What's the number, Jackie?
Looks like you made that.
So this is the news I heard today when I was driving here. So
Popular cars in the world for over 5 decades.
Ever wish you owned a Volkswagen?
But more recently, some of those cars have lost their shine.
VW owners coming to grips with the realization that their diesel cars can emit from 10 to 40 times more pollutants.
We all know that we have let down customers.
What's more, global sales of internal combustion engines are predicted to drop by over 50% by 2035. The hot new market, electric vehicles. So to try and capture that market, VW is transforming this engine factory into its new EV battery facility, the first of 6 that it plans to build in Europe, at a cost of about $15 billion, according to analysts.
What you see behind has nothing to do with combustion engines, and that shows the size of the transformation.
That means going from making combustion engines that have more than 2,000 moving parts to high-tech electric motors that only have about 20, and changing its workforce to do that.
Traditional automakers, if they want to be in this market in 2035, they need to develop just as much as the startups need to develop.
The EV market is currently dominated by Tesla and faces disruption from a bunch of new startups.
They have nothing to do. They start from scratch. We have a lot to do.
So could this factory be a blueprint for traditional automakers to survive the EV revolution? While VW says that its battery factory in Salzgitter won't be online for another 2 years or so, Tesla already has several gigafactories in operation and completed its Shanghai facility in under a year. It also says it's nearing completion of a huge plant here in Germany.
We've decided to put Tesla Gigafactory Europe in the Berlin area.
Other well-funded startups like Lucid and Rivian have set up brand new factories to start EV production this year. So legacy automakers like GM, Ford, and VW have all announced they're investing billions into EV production to defend their market share, with VW committing to $43 billion in 5 years.
When you look at what the startups are doing, they're capital efficient. You don't have to change a legacy footprint. So traditional automakers don't have the luxury of sitting back and saying, we'll wait and see how it goes.
We are responsible for the people and for our customers, and we have to transform.
So how is VW investing that money in Salzgitter? Well, some of those decisions are made by this engineer, Frank Blum.
We are building a small-scale cells right now, and now we are building up the first mass production.
VW has converted part of its existing factory into labs and a pilot line, to test and refine the science behind its batteries. It plans to build a brand new facility right next to it, which could produce batteries for over 600,000 vehicles a year, and is expected to cost around $2.5 billion, according to analysts. Although it says it hasn't finalized the designs for its new facility yet, the factory is expected to be similar to this one in Sweden. It's owned by battery supplier Northvolt, and VW is a major investor in the company. Thomas Schmoll is CEO of VW's component division.
The bottleneck will be how fast you can establish, increase, and ramp up your battery business.
Within its labs, VW is trying to figure out what kind of batteries its electric vehicles will need in the future. It's testing battery recycling technology, and to get ahead of the competition, it's experimenting with next-generation solid-state batteries, which don't contain liquid lithium and promise far faster charging and greater mileage.
Fast charge is a big topic for us. We are working on that with the big workforce.
The transition will affect everyone in this plant. The company will need fewer mechanical engineers and will need new people with totally different skills, like electrochemists or developers. As EVs need so much software that VW is set to become one of the largest tech companies in Europe.
To find the right people is a challenge. New industry, everybody wants electrochemistry people.
I think the big outstanding question is we know that it will take fewer employees to build a battery cell pack. So therefore, how do you figure that out? Where do you transition people to?
As the battery plant grows, over time, part of the staff will be retrained, while some legacy jobs are expected to go away. At the end of this transition, it's unclear whether the overall number of workers on this site will go down. Globally, VW has already made some cuts. In 2019, the company announced it was cutting some 7,000 jobs over 5 years. And since 2016, it has eliminated at least 23,000 positions by offering early retirement and not replacing workers.
We always have this issue of maybe destroying business, no surprise. You can, if you do it right, you can create jobs. We will have 1,500, 1,600 employees in the new cell business, what we are doing here, and that's not the end, because this is only the first portion, first part of the cell plant.
The stakes are particularly high for VW as it's trying to change its image as a polluter, while also meeting new environmental regulations around the world. After the emissions scandal in 2015, VW pleaded guilty to installing a device on its vehicles to cheat US emissions tests.
It's not only our cars we have to fix. We know we have to repair our credibility too.
Today, as VW bets big on electric, its US sales are much lower than they were in 2012.
I think it does dovetail with needing to prove that they're clean and having that campaign go ahead. Because it really doesn't stop. It does still pop up. The issue isn't really that.
So just like this factory, the decades-old company has to reinvent itself to keep up with technology and be competitors old and new.
This is not the news I want to share. The news is here. The Volkswagen to list Porsche in one of the biggest IPO in years. So I don't know why, but they try to, they want to use IPO and use the fund to actually put in research in the EV. That's that's the whole point, and probably maybe that's why they are also introducing their plan that they've been doing what they've been doing into investing in the EV plants. So, but today what I heard is they were going to IPO the Porsche version of their brand. So, and then their stock price, from the news I heard, their stock price dropped 30%. They announced this. Okay. So how many of you, I'm just curious, how many of you think in the future you are going to get an EV, electric vehicle? Only three of you? So you guys now, not at all, don't think about, it would not be in your consideration, EV? Yeah? Why not? Why don't you want an electric vehicle? Not enough power, okay. How about the S150? Too much power, okay. Anybody? Whoever, yeah.
I was just thinking about like point on a road trip. So like 3 miles and you have to stop.
Yeah,
Get electric. It
yes,
just depends on what part.
the future,
If you think like an hour,
yes.
like 4 ways at home.
Yeah, my personal record is how long I was driving non-stop. Like we stop for gas for restaurant, but not like long rest.
Personally, I'll wait until a couple of come out and I'll wait until it fades out.
Okay.
A couple of them break and a whole bunch of people have all their problems getting into the market.
No, of course.
Also, like, what's the Tesla?
Uh-huh.
The batteries, they don't last too long. When they go out, they're expensive.
Yes.
10 grand.
I wanted the Tesla, the X, the one that door open. Yeah, I wanted to get that, but then I did some research. People say, and then a lot of companies like, you either get a really good Tesla or you get a really bad one. You need to constantly fix it, and then sometimes they just don't know how to fix it. So I was like, maybe not. Yeah, but my longest road trip, 16. I'm more energetic than that. How many hours I was driving?
47.
Huh?
47.
No, a little bit more.
Or
Yeah, it was
48.
no, not that much. 33 hours. The last 3 hours I was like this, like I don't know where I was, but the reason for that is because I was driving from LA to at the time I lived in Tennessee to Tennessee, And in the middle, we were going to stop. We were going to stay overnight in Oklahoma City. And then that day, they were, I don't know if you guys remember, several years ago in the summer, they have 5 tornado touchdowns in Oklahoma City. That's the day I drove by. I got so scared. And because it's dark, like in the afternoon already. And then we keep hearing the siren go off on the radio. And like before we reached there, actually when we were on highway, and they were like in the middle of nowhere, we had like 30 minutes traffic, like, you know, people are not moving. I was like, what's going on? So after 30 minutes, we start to move. And I saw there's an area like tornado pass by, like right, like across the highway. And we saw 9 semi truck flipped on the highway. And we saw all this area like got destroyed. You can see like a belt, everything is destroyed. And then outside of the belt, it's all good. So we got really scared. Just keep driving. I just keep driving until we are almost like, we are like 4 or 5 hours till home. So like, I was like, oh, let me just, you know, I was really tired, but it's only 4 hours. Doesn't make sense to stay overnight, you know, for an so just keep driving. So that's my record, 33 hours. It's too crazy. Now I can't. Now I can only do like 12 hours. But even 12 hours, electric vehicle wouldn't last that long. So yeah, so I'm also still what, but I like the fact that the EV are very quiet. So I like that. It's just not sure. I never really drove one, so I don't know. Yeah. So I'm just sharing this because VW is a German company and Tesla is American company, and you know they are trying to compete in the global market. So I just thought, you know, I could share the news with you guys, and a lot of companies are into electric vehicle. And I think, I don't know if I told you guys, I few months ago I saw Ford Motors press conference when they were introducing their electric F-150. Okay, when I saw that, I was like, wow, like they like you guys, I think, I don't know if you guys like agree with me, but to me, the pickup trucks, you know, people who bought pickup trucks, they want the pickup truck to be powerful, right? So when they introduce F-150, they say the battery can last, I forgot how long, but they say you can light up, like if your house is run out of, if no electricity, the battery from the truck can last your house for, I don't know for how long, but for a very long time. And they even design a place to put a fridge in a pickup truck. So I was like, oh, this is really good. And then they already have the production line, you know, ready. So I bought Ford stock when they dropped to like $10 something. I bought almost at the lowest point. And I sold it last week or 2 weeks ago, I forgot. I sold it at $16. I make 60% profit. But I would buy it again. But now I know the stock market is going to go down. So that's why I exit first. When they go down again, I'm going to buy it because I see potential in Ford. I don't like Tesla because I don't trust Elon Musk. Due to the tweet drama. Is it tweet? Yeah. Twitter. Yeah, so I don't trust people like that. Actually, I didn't trust him since he sold the Tesla shares before he told, like he's supposed to report it, but he sold it first and then he reported. And you know, I don't like people like that. Like I think they are taking advantage. What?
He does that like pumps and dumps.
Yes, I don't like he say like, I think last year or 2 years ago, he talks about crypto. He even allowed you use crypto to buy Tesla. And then a few months later, he say, oh, you know, crypto is not energy efficient. We're, you know, he's not going to use crypto anymore. But I think he already exit. Like I think he tried to manipulate the market when he said, "Oh, we are going to accept crypto," so he can exit the crypto market. And then he's like, "Oh no!" So I think he already know crypto is not energy efficient before he did, all those things. And then, so that's why I don't like it. But it's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people like worship him a lot, so it's personal action. It's just me. But today we are going to talk about the introduction of the globalization. So we are going to kind of talk about what does that mean, globalization, and what's the driver of globalization? Why did it happen like that? And what has been changed in our economy? What's the argument in the globalization? I'm sure you guys heard of it. And then what kind of opportunity we will have, and then what kind of challenge if you guys become manager, what would you face? Okay, so just to start, well, let's not talk about the full crisis. Let's just look at the pandemic. Okay, so the pandemic started from where? China. They claim it's from US. They say the Chinese news say the US military actually flooded into China. So it's a whole different stories. But I personally think it's from China. And but it affects the whole world, right? It actually affects the whole world. We haven't been able to travel to different countries, and we were required to put on masks, and even till like I told you guys, last month my daughter had the booster shot and then she got sick. So we got influenced by something originated from China, and the stock market in the beginning plummet, and then now go up, and now went down again. Okay, so it's just a lot of times we can't just stay out of it. Okay, so it's the reason why we see globalization actually everywhere. So even for the disease, for the booster, you don't have to. I think all the slides are on D2L, so you don't have to do the note. Okay, so so it's everywhere. And if you look at your clothes, it's probably not made in USA. Maybe some, yes, but your shoes probably made in other countries. Okay, and then you probably have classmates from other countries, like your professors, might be from different places. I'm from Taiwan, so so that's everywhere. Okay, so we have much fewer self-contained national economies. Even Cuba, even though Cuba is still kind of close, but they still you can buy a Cuban cigar everywhere. People still try to get it out of the country, and they will have different product from different countries into Cuba as well. Okay, so very few self-contained national economies, and we have more integrated global economic system. That means that when we buy stuff, from let's say BW from Germany, okay, the tariff US charge is relatively low. So, and then with the currency exchange rate now, we probably pay less than people in Germany buying the German car, right? Usually that's the case. Okay, like the BMW is cheaper here than in Germany because they charge higher tax. Here. Oh, okay. So so that's why we have more integrated economy in the in the world, and this whole transition is called globalization. So we started, and then you guys, how many of you watched the Squid Game? So even for shows, we started to watch a lot of shows from different countries. Can you imagine that 5 years ago? You probably didn't see that, right? You probably didn't see yourself watching a Korean show, right? And well, we watch a lot of Japanese show, like when we grew up in Taiwan, we watch a lot of Japanese show. And we like now, and we watch a lot of American show, but now we watch something from UK, I watched the Mexican show, I forgot the name, I watched Indian movie, so we watch different things from all over the world. And now they just need a subtitle, then you can understand, you can understand the movie from different culture, different countries. Okay, so we have much lower barriers, and it just affects the everything. And even for what is that? The professional sports, we also sometimes like NBA the NBA teams, sometimes they will play in different countries, right? And sometimes they recruit the professional sports team, they recruit people from different countries. Okay, so it's it's kind of globalization. So that's the economy, and that's the actual fact today. And then we have, it's just some terms like in US, we have like pretty much whoever we trade with, it's called our trading partners. Okay, so when we export, let's say when we export to China, less than we import greater than export, that means we have the trade deficit. But if we export to a place where we import less, then we will have trade surplus. Okay, so let's just see, just for fun, to see what's our big, okay, guess what's our biggest trading partner? Huh? So our biggest trading, let's see in June, well, let's see year to date. Okay, biggest one is Canada, because we actually export this much and then we import more from Canada. Okay, so we import a lot more, but we import here. Yeah. Import and then we export. So we actually have surplus with Canada. Mexico is this much. But if you see China, we actually export a little bit, actually a lot fewer, but we import more. So China is our biggest import partner, but for trading partner is the third largest. Japan is the fourth. We also import a lot from Japan. Germany, import a lot from Germany. South Korea, Vietnam, we import a lot from Vietnam too. Vietnam is mostly shoes or clothes. Okay. India. And let me show you Taiwan. Taiwan is here. We also import a lot from Taiwan. Mostly, the chips, semiconductors. So that's our top 15 trading partners. And then the best global brands. So you see Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Top 4 is American company. What is Samsung? Where's Samsung from? Good. How about Coca-Cola? Oh, come on. From US. And then Toyota, Mercedes, BMW. All these are from US. Oh, what Louis Vuitton? France. Okay, so Chanel, France, Honda, IKEA, or do you say IKEA or IKEA? IKEA.
Is it Swedish?
Yes, Sweden. Okay, they pronounce IKEA. So, yeah, so, Irma. Here says Paris. So, okay, Gucci. Did you watch the Gucci movie? Italy, yes, Italy. Okay, so, a lot of companies are actually from US, okay, but there are still some other company from other, Zara. Girls, you guys know Zara? No? Yeah? This is my daughter's favorite brand. From Spain. Zara is from Spain. Okay, so those are the best global brands, the most known global brand. And actually, we can pretty much buy all these brands here, right? You will see the Louis Vuitton, the Irma store in King of Prussia, right? So all these we can easily get from US. And with the euro, euro now is like 90 cents. 1 euro can get 98 cents of US dollars. So euro become much cheaper. So now it's really a good time. Remember last week when we talked about Japanese yen, I said when I went to Japan about 5 years ago, it was 1 US dollar get 100 Japanese yen. And last week it was $1 to 136. Guess what is Japanese yen today? Huh? No, that's too much. So $1 to 142. 165, I would fly to Japan right now to buy another Japanese makeup. So, or the Japanese electronics. Their hair dryer is very good. They have the ISO hair dryer that make your hair very silky and dry really quick. Yeah, so, and I'll probably go to Japan, the Disney World in Japan, their product. They have a lot of Disney product that's very special. We don't see it here. Yeah. So another thing that we didn't talk about, we talk about the professional sports team. We talk about entertainment. This is medical tourism. Okay, people actually get medical procedures overseas. Why? What's the reason people do that? It's much cheaper. It's not just cheaper, it's much cheaper. I don't know if I should share this with you.
Access to it.
Huh?
I don't have access to it over here.
You don't have? You do, but it's too expensive. So I actually went to, just don't tell people, okay? Just stay in this classroom. So I went to see a doctor for consult for tummy tuck procedure. Okay, so the doctor called me. I thought it would cost about, before I went to talk to a doctor, I thought it would cost about $30,000 to $35,000. But then he quoted me, it cost $18,000. Okay, and I thought, oh, it's acceptable, it's doable. I can probably make it from stock market in 4-5 months. Okay. So I was like, oh, it's doable. And then my friend said, why don't you do it in Taiwan? I was like, is the doctor good? So I looked it up online in Taiwan. Guess how much they charge?
No.
Yeah, like they charge between $1,500 to $5,000. So the most is $5,000. And I think they will probably charge me the most because I'm considered big in Taiwan. People like when they are kind of skinny, just a little bit like belly, they want to do that. They want to look very skinny. So I think that's why they like for those cases they charge $1,500. But even $5,000. with the flight ticket, still less than half, right? So I don't know if I would do it, but that's something I want to share with you guys. And then this is another video.
My cousin Sarah from Hong Kong, they had both their kids, each kid was $200.
For what?
For everything in the hospital. They got like 3 days in the hospital. Like the dad had their own like room in the hospital, like sleeping. Yeah, everything was like it was just $200 a kid.
Well, Taiwan, you only pay copay, which is we have the like insurance, which is like the most. They charge different copay based on the level of hospital. Like if it's a research hospital, they charge you about $5. If it's like a clinic, they charge you $1.50. So that's it. But even like when we went back one time, we were sick. So we went to a local clinic and they were like, if you don't have the insurance, we have to charge you for a month. It's okay, just charge us. And they even give us medicine. Guess how much they charge? $15. I was like, it's even cheaper than the copay I pay here. So yeah, show you this one. How come I couldn't? Come on.
When I was in Sweden, all the national, they was telling me to go to the hospital. That's what they heard about the American system. They was like, go to the hospital.
No, here, like my daughter, when she was really sick, when her heart rate was 140, like before I know, she said, I don't feel good. I just gave her Tylenol. I said, take it. And then after she took it, she said, I still don't feel good. And then she said, I can feel my heartbeat. So I checked her blood pressure, used a machine to check her blood pressure. And then I realized her heartbeat was 140. And that's when I go to ER. Before I go, I still ask her, are you sure you don't feel good? So it's like, it's so expensive. Yeah, that's why we don't want to go at the, until you really have to go. Yeah, but here.
Hi, welcome to World Laparoscopy Hospital. World Laparoscopy Hospital is a nonprofit, super specialty academic medical institute that integrates clinical and hospital care with research and education in minimal access surgery. It was established in the year 2001 as a center of excellence to provide advanced treatment through minimal access surgery. We have patients coming from all over the world for general surgery, gynecology, and neurological surgery. World Laparoscopy Hospital provides advanced laparoscopic surgery at very affordable prices compared to the United States of America or England. For more than a decade, it's been recognized as reference training center in minimally access surgery. This center of excellence provides world-class healthcare for patients, as well as education and training programs in laparoscopic, various endoscopic, and Da Vinci robotic surgery. The courses include theoretical sessions, hands-on, skill demonstration, and demonstrations of live endoscopic, laparoscopic, and robot surgical procedures. Thousands of surgeons and gynecologists from more than hundreds of countries have already been trained at World Laparoscopy Hospital. Fellowship and Diploma in Minimal Access Surgery course is one of the most popular courses. We invite you to come to our hospital any day and see how we're doing. Wishing you all the best.
I try to go to the website to figure out where they are. Where do you think they are located? Like based on these girls, you cannot tell the accent, right? So guess where they are. They have 3 offices. No, Canada is expensive too, and yeah. India and Abu Dhabi, and then the third one I forgot. So, but yeah, but in those places. So okay. Delhi, Dubai, and they have the office in Florida, training center. So in Florida, but I don't think they will charge you, less for that. You probably need to go to UAE or India. So for even that, and then this country. Yeah. And then actually, what's this place? Costa Rica. Costa Rica is famous for the medical tourism as well. So the Costa Rican government, they decided not to put in budget in national defense. I think that's kind of smart. So they put in all their, like, not all, but major budget in education. So they started to train a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, and even for foreigners. Foreigners go to the medical school there. It's all paid by the government. Okay, so they are training a lot of doctors and medical staff, and they would invite like the whole family. If I need to do a procedure, I can take my whole family, and the rest of the family member, they would do. And Costa Rica is famous for also eco tourism, so they try to protect the environment. So you can actually, your family members can do meditation near beach and eat something really healthy. Like we visit a farm, it's like farm to table, like they have resort, they have their cows, they have, so their ice cream, like we went to the restaurant, their ice cream is made of the milk from the cow they raised, and then the steak is also from the cows they raised themselves. So the steak actually tastes very good because it's all organic. Okay, so you can actually taste the difference. And so that's one of the things that this country they try to focus on. And see, this is like a medicine, a globalized medicine, right? So what do you guys think about this? Do you think the globalization of the health care good or bad for patients? What if there's something wrong in the procedure? What if something wrong, like let's say there's some procedure didn't go well in US hospital, what would happen? Did you get more protection here? In theory, yes, right? Yeah.
So I don't know, I feel like we're allowed to sue here. For like malpractice and surgery, in other countries, they're not really like that.
You probably can sue, but you probably
You
won't
won't
win.
get as much.
Yeah. Here, they have insurance. The doctors, they have to pay insurance, and then the insurance company to take care of the stuff. So, so probably even though it's cheaper, you might still need to be very careful. You need to do your research, right? But who will benefit from the globalization of healthcare? Who might lose? Do you guys think? Do you think the doctor here will lose, or do you think it will affect their business, or no?
Can't affect their business because they have insurance.
No, I mean, people are going to a cheaper place, but do you think they are already overbooked, or what do you guys think? Just an open discussion. There's no wrong answer. I won't fail you if you say something. Not sure.
So the healthcare system here,
Both, like how would it affect, who might, yeah. Because now we get to go to,
They like hospitals in America. If they get sued, but most places, since they're gonna treat their doctors like, all right, you did 2 weeks like pre-medication, messed up, like you see in 2 weeks. But they're
okay,
still gonna come back, because there's not a whole lot of people that entertain doctors' positions. Too. So I feel like if someone in the hospital who messes up, they just get a 2 week vacation.
yeah, I mean, if even like use me as example. If I go to Taiwan, you know, the doctor I wanted to have procedure with me here in US, his waiting list is like 6 months, maybe 9 months, depends. I picked a doctor that has shorter waiting list, 6 months. And then another famous one is 9 months. So they already have very long wait list. So I don't know if they would lose or, but I think if my procedure is good, then I benefit from it because, you know, I save a lot of money from it. So that's what I think. I don't think they really lose because they always have patient, like they always have someone, you know, in the procedure. But do you think US government should restrict outsourcing of medical work? Or maybe,
Definitely think we should respect it. Because, I mean, it should be more like socialism and, yeah, Sweden just ran like, it's more like a socialism. And then we add more regulation on it, that's what they were trying to do with the act that they just repealed.
with the what?
With the act that they just repealed, the Obamacare. That's what
Okay,
they was trying to do. They was trying to add regulations to restrict the.
it's a little bit different. Now this is to restrict the outsourcing of the medical work. Because the physician in other countries, they don't have the US certificate, right? They didn't pass the medical board, even though their country have their own. But what if those physicians, they're actually certified by the US medical board? You think there will be more, it's complicated, right? Because they are in another country, even though they are certified. What if there's a malpractice? Can they be sued from US? It's complicated. Yeah, so what do you think?
I think it's mostly that you're comfortable going to a different
Could you
country.
talk louder?
And I think it's, you get what you pay for. So if you're going to a different country,
Yes.
then that's your discretion. You're paying
Yeah.
for that. But if you're gonna say like you're a US citizen, screw that.
Okay. Yeah, I like what you said.
I think it's like the right for the consumer to choose what they want. They should be the one doing the due diligence, the investigation.
Yeah, that's their own risk.
Yeah, assume their own risk.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I want cheaper procedure. So, yeah. If let's say if you know, my procedure is 18,000, if they charge 12,000 in Taiwan, then I might just, you know, pay $6,000 more. But it's 18,000 versus 5. So it's a much easier decision for me, you know. But if it's not, if it's just $2,000 difference, then I probably choose here, feel safer. But you know, so how about anybody did the LASIK surgery here, LASIK for eye? No? Still have good eyesight. I had the nearsighted when I was in 5th grade. So when I was in high school, I literally like almost close to blind. Like I can't see. So I had surgery after college. I had the LASIK surgery, and it cost me at that time, which is 20 years, some years ago, it cost me $500. In Taiwan, it's cheap. Here now, even now, I think it's 1,500 or 2,000, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. So, but at that time, I didn't, you know, I didn't come here yet. So that's one option. But you know, so this is another issue we have: globalization. You know, should we restrict? Or should we regulate global medical care? But it's very difficult. Like if I just go to Taiwan, who knows? You know, I just say I work out really hard for 2 months. Yeah. So, so globalization is shift towards more integrated interdependent world economy. Okay, like recently, Taiwan has been on the news a lot because of the chips we made, right? We made a lot of chips and shipped it to US, and because China, doing a lot of military maneuver near Taiwan, and so it's actually interdependent. And so if China invaded Taiwan one day, you guys won't have enough chips.
Have to protect our chips.
Yes, you guys should protect your chips. So, yeah, so there are so many different globalizations, okay? And then there are two basic facets of the globalization. One is the market. When Apple sell their product, they don't just sell it in US, they sell it to all over the world. Tesla, like you see, Tesla, they will sell their cars to all over the world as well. Okay, so that's the globalization of market. And globalization of production. Use Tesla as an example as well. Tesla have production plant that we just saw it on the video in Germany, in China, in US. Okay, so they actually produce their product in different countries. Okay, Apple, most of Apple products are made in China, but they also have, I think they also have factory, a small factory in Korea, South Korea, and then maybe India as well. So they are moving to India. So they all have globalization of production. Nike, anybody wear Nike shoes? So Nike, they also produce usually in different countries. Okay, so that's the globalization of production. And so when we talk about global business or international business, it's a company that they engage in a international trade or investment, or when we say investment, it could be building an office there for marketing, to market their product in different countries, or to produce in different countries. So a lot of companies are actually considered international companies, like McDonald's. They have McDonald's everywhere. And what else? Big Burger King. Even I was surprised. Have you guys heard of P.F. Chang's? I love P.F. Chang's, even though it's Americanized Chinese food, but they even have P.F. Chang's all over the world, like in UAE, in Saudi Arabia, they also have P.F. Chang's. So so it's an international business. Oh, we already kind of talked about it, but hey, let's try this. So do you know what globalization is? Try to see if it works. This is the first time I use this. I tried to use it in the previous class, but it didn't pop up the QR code. So I just want to see how you guys answer after we actually already kind of talked about it. So what is globalization? Oh, cool. Only 3 volts? Come on. 4? Only 5? Huh? Oh, before I forget, I think I told you guys we are going to start an investment club, and we need 15 people to start to form the club. So we are going to have a first meeting, if you are interested, next Monday at Gessner 117, the Bloomberg room at noon, at 12. I'll bring pizza, okay? So I bring a lot of pizza. So come here, and then hope we will have more than 15 people. But we are going to talk about in the future, not on Monday. Monday, just get your names, make sure we have 15 people. So we are going to in the future, if you are really interested, okay. If you are not really interested in investment, you can come here for pizza, but you don't have to join. I like investment because I thought it's fun. I didn't realize it's fun when I graduated from college. I was into future options, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just gambling. Okay, so I had stomach ache every day because at that time, we don't have the app or stuff. So the broker will call me. He will say short or long today. I just say short or long. And then sometimes sometimes I make money, sometimes I lose money. And when you do future options, when you lose money, you have to put in money in there, like the margin. So I have what they call margin calls. So I don't have enough money. I have to wire money into my account. So it was so bad. Like when I lose money, it was so bad. But one time, it was just pure luck. So the day before 9/11 happened, I short. I just said, okay, let me short. And then I forgot to sell it. So the next day it dropped 600 points. For 1 point, it dropped. I make 200 Taiwanese dollars. So that's how much? It's about $8. So I make 4,800 day. And I sold it. 9/11.
No, so what time is the class at? What time is this meeting?
Oh, the meeting is Monday, 12 at Gessner 117, the Bloomberg room. Oh, we can eat there. Well, you guys have to be careful. Don't touch, the computer. So, yeah, but now I started to learn how to read the chart. I still know just the basic one, but I want to share this with you guys. And I know some students, they are really good. Like one student talked to me, he said he makes 30% in real estate investment. So I'll ask him to, talk about it, what he did, and I'll talk about what I did, and then we have someone that's in Forex, ask him to talk about, and I know people also in Forex, foreign exchange rate investment. I asked him, see if he can give us some kind of, he's in Taiwan, so I asked him to Zoom to teach us what he used to analyze the market. And my brother, he's very good at option. Option to me is too complicated. Okay, options, you have to do call and put and then short or long. So whenever he said, oh, you need to do this, I said, why don't you come to my class and then talk to my students? Maybe they will know. Yeah, so that's what we are going to do. And I think we will have fun. We won't be getting money from school to invest, but we'll use a platform called TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade give you paper money. I think 100,000 or 200,000. So you can use that to practice. And I'll also, I personally, I have like $25,000 I play every day. Today, not when I have class. So last Thursday, I sold the stock I bought. I made $11,000 from 25,000. I'm very happy. I only want to make 5,000 every month, so I can have a break in September and October in theory, if I'm not greedy. Yeah, but I'm greedy. So tomorrow when I don't have class, I will do that. Yeah, but I just thought it's fun to look at the chart and then see, okay, maybe this is the resistance, this is the pressure, and then this is what we should do. So we can kind of discuss it. Nobody will be right. I mean, nobody can beat the market, but I think it's kind of fun. Like you heard news, like I heard Porsche is going to have IPO. So I'm going to look into the Porsche models and then see, maybe the stock will go up or down. So it's just something I personally enjoy doing. If you are not into that, if you are not as crazy, you don't have to come here for pizza. You don't have to do what we do. But start early can really help. Okay. So the globalization of markets. So basically, like we talk about, we sell stuff into different markets, but something that might affect us, like we talk about Coca-Cola, right? So Coca-Cola, when they sell the product in Mexico, they have to use the real sugar, okay? Because people like the taste of your real sugar there, Okay, it wouldn't work using the, what do we use here? Artificial sugar. I don't know the name of it, but you know, it has a weird aftertaste if you use the artificial sugar. So, and then McDonald's. So, and in India, it's not allowed to kill cows. So in India, they have veggie burger, they have lamb burger, they don't have Big Mac. So the companies, even though like Big Mac is one of the popular items here, but you know, in different countries, you have to adopt and change maybe your menu. Even I think in Korea, the McDonald's, they have McDonald's with kimchi. You guys know what kimchi is? You like it?
I haven't had it.
Maybe I should bring it next time.
Never- I used to work at a Korean restaurant.
So kimchi is like the pickle fermented, yeah, that's the word, thank you, fermented cabbage, napa cabbage. So maybe I should, but it stinks. It's like the pickle. Okay, how many of you like pickles? Wow, I don't like pickles, but I like kimchi. My daughter loves pickle. I bought this big jar of pickle. She would just take one and then just eat it like a snack. Yeah, I don't like it. It's too salty. I like something sweeter. Yeah. So Starbucks, when they go to different country, they also kind of change the menu. Actually, it back like Starbucks in Asia, they will have the green tea stuff, and now we will also see the matcha, cappuccino, whatever in down here. So in different market, they kind of need to change it. The globalization of production. So it depends on, usually company make the decision based on where it will be cheaper to produce certain product, okay? And it depends on the factor of production, like if it's a labor intensive product, usually we go to the country with a lot of populations, like India or China, right? So that's for labor intensive. Energy intensive, where do you think company will go for energy intensive production? Which country has the most energy or cheaper energy? It's here.
No way.
It's here. US. We have, well, before a few weeks ago, we have the really high gas price, but usually we have the cheapest gas. We do. We have the cheapest gas. We have the cheapest energy. Okay. In other countries, their energy, their oil, gas are very expensive. So we have good energy. Land, we have also a big land. And Russia, China, India, and all that kind of thing. Capital, who has the most capital? Capital intensive. Money, who has the most money? Us. Because that's the most. Yeah, we have a lot of cash. I mean, money. And then now with the currency exchange rate, our US dollar is going up. Okay, become really valuable. So it's even, we have even more money. Like the same $1 million worth more now. Okay, before it's the $1 million worth 100 million Japanese yen. Now it's 142. It's like 42% higher. Okay, so, and then our stock market is also. Oh, so who makes an iPhone? Who has iPhone? You can ask Siri, where are you from? Come on, you want to try it?
Where are you from?
You need to say, hey Siri.
I guess that's in the box. I was designed by Apple, California.
You see, hey Siri, where are you from? I said, hey Siri, stop. She said, that's not nice. So they would say, okay, wait. Hey Siri, where are you from? Oh, I was designed by, oh, okay. They usually, okay. So they say they were designed by Apple in California. But before they would say something more, but it's okay. So, so we actually, we can see that it actually has so many different parts from different countries. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So the design development plan in California, the chips by local semiconductor company, software in North Carolina, the radio frequency by what? Tricon Semiconductor, the audio in Texas, and then control chips by somewhere in California, Kentucky, marketing in LA, Louisiana, and New York. And then next, so the screen from where? In Mongolia. Okay, glass, silver, vibration units. Okay, these are from China. And then the this is iPhone 5, assembled in China, 85% assembled in China by Foxconn. Foxconn is a Taiwanese run company. The founder of Foxconn want to run for Taiwanese president. Yeah, but he didn't. Too bad he wasn't nominated. So anyway, and then 90% in Mongolia or China. Okay, so all these, they have LCD panel from LG, that's Korea, and Samsung Korea. TSMC is a Taiwan semiconductor company. So some of these are made in Korea and Taiwan, the top two chips. And then Europe, they have different stuff made in French, Italian company. Okay, so all these are made in different places. I'm not going to show you this. Okay. So what is globalization? Okay. Globalization of production is where everything is manufactured in different places, different countries. Okay, and something that for you guys to think about as a manager. The impediment to globalization is we might have trade barriers. Okay, like when Trump was the president, we started a trade war with China. We increased the tariff for the Chinese imports, and then China also increased the tariff for U.S. products. And then we have the barrier to foreign direct investment. So for foreigners, they want to invest here. There are some kind of restriction. It's not like us, like we can just open an account and invest in the stock market. For foreigners, it might not be the case. They have to use different cycle. Okay, and they have transportation costs to ship stuff. We'll talk about it later. But the transportation costs, when I was working in Taiwan and China, I remember one container of a shipment cost us $800 from China or Taiwan to US. Now, guess how much? Just a few months ago. I don't know now. Now probably more expensive, but a few months ago. My friends say it become $26,000 per container, from 800 to 26,000. And then they were talking about more, like some more raise. But now I don't know, because of the inflation and because of the maybe the possible recession or depression, maybe the price will go down, but I don't know the updated information yet. Okay, so the transportation costs become expensive. That's why some of our products become expensive. Okay, and there are economic, political risks, like what happened between Ukraine, Russia, affect the wheat, affect what else? There are several things that from that area, okay, exporting from that area. So, and then the managerial challenge, for the globally dispersed supply chain. We also experienced that. Like a few months ago, a lot of container got stuck at the port. Oh, what time is it? Oh, 10 more minutes. I don't know if I told you guys. Last year, no, not last. Yeah, last year, I want to change my car. I want to buy a Mercedes. So I called the dealer, and I tried GLE. My brother's friend has a GLE, so I tried and I like it. But then I realized my garage is too small. I put too much stuff, so I can't have GLE. So I looked at the land and stuff. I can get a GLB. So I look up, they don't have GLB. So I call the dealer. I say, I want to get a GLB. They say, oh, we don't have anything in our warehouse, like in our dealership. So they say, in a week, we'll have GLB. And then they say, do you want to pay? I say, why would I want to pay? I need to test drive. I want to see, because I can see the numbers, but I don't know how big is the trunk, whether or not it actually fit my need. So I say, I need to see the car. She said, oh, but by the time the car is here, it might already be sold. I say, who will buy the car without test drive it? And you guys know there are huge shortage for cars. So actually people will buy the car without seeing it. Obviously, the past several months. So she's like, people will buy the car now, but I insist I want to see the car. So, so after a week, nobody called me. So I say, hey, do you get your GLB yet? She's like, oh, still in the port. So I said, which port? So she said, in Baltimore. It got stuck in Baltimore. And I said, could you call me when you get the car? Guess how long after, like how many days later she called me? Like a week ago, she said it will be here in a week. Guess, and then I called them after a week. Guess how many days later she called me that they got the car?
3 weeks.
Huh?
3 weeks.
Almost 4 weeks, almost a month. After a month, they call me. They say, we got the car. Do you want to come here and see? I was like, oh, it's not sold. Yeah, but I didn't say that. I was thinking in my mind, like, I could be very mean, but, so I was thinking in my mind, oh, and guess what I told her? So I was like, but during that 4 weeks, my brother talked me into not to buy the car. My brother said, he's like, your car's still good. I said, yeah, but I want a new car. And then he's like, no, you should, try to put your money in stock market and see how much you can make. And then you decide what kind of car you want. Yeah. So I said, okay, maybe I'll wait. And then I don't want to pay too much. I'm cheap. I know the price could be this much. And then, the past few months, the price is too much. So I was like, oh, maybe I won't buy a new car. So they called me. She's like, are you still interested? I said, oh no, it took you too long. I bought a Maserati. So yeah, I could be really bad, right? So yeah. So that's, so when you are doing global business or you work for a globalized company, sometimes it's something you have to deal with, the supply chain, disturbance and stuff. So this is the furniture company. I just want to show you, okay? And then you can see that they have different design stuff. So I won't talk about this this time. We will talk about the Global Institute in the future. So I just stop here today. Let me take attendance really quickly. Okay. So. Okay. Julio? Alexis? Trisha? Pat? Rachel?
I'm online.
Mark?
I'm on the Zoom as well.
Jaden?
Here.
Carlos? Jermaine? Kenny? Scott? Jeremiah?
I'm on Zoom.
Vincenzo? Modesty?
Online.
Modesty? Oh, okay. Keisha? Keisha or Keisha? Sammy? Timothy? Nathan? Adrian?
I'm online.
Nicole? Morgan? Marcus? Seth? Trisha?
Online.
Julia?
Here.
Oh, Julia's here. Anthony?
Here.
Kobe? Tony? Here. Michael?
I'm on.
Oh, so many people online. Chelsea? Tristan? Semaj? Tyler? Devante?
Online.
David? Patrick?
I'm online.
Nathan? Emmanuel? Carly? Oops. Jason? Okay, thank you for coming. I'll see you guys on Thursday. More food.
You put me down.
What?
You put me down.
Oh, wait. Could you email?